My name is Michael Collins. I'm an independent TD for Cork South-West for the past 4 years. I suppose since being elected to Dáil Éireann, I've seen, I made a very conscious decision at that time to go into opposition. Even though I spoke with all parties, I didn't feel that they were constructive enough talking to that rural Ireland and the hits that had hit rural Ireland would have been turned around. And I think I've been proven right. West Cork has been a forgotten part of the government going forward. And there's a lot of issues like health. We've seen the major crisis with Bantry Hospital at the present time and a lot of unanswered questions. I've been in contact with the HSE, the heads of the HSE. They refuse to come back to me. I'm an elected representative. There's 82,000 people affected by this in West Cork and they're refusing to come back. I've taken, with Deputy Danny Healy-Ray, 1,500 people for cataract procedures, hips and knees procedures to Belfast. People who are suffering in pain, people going blind for 3 to 5 years. Our home health service, there was an embargo on our home health service. All these issues are of massive concern to the people of West Cork and they were not looked into or not warranted in the government's view any great time to deal with. Housing is a massive issue. During the Provincial government I tried to instill a belief that we couldn't resolve everything. Rural resettlement, the rural regeneration programme could have been, a rural resettlement programme could certainly have been a way forward for the government. They choose not to go that route, even though they promised that they'd look into it, and it didn't happen. I tried to enter politics with a different view and a different mindset. I take no donations for the campaign ahead. I've never taken donations from anybody. I feel if you can't pay for your own campaign, you shouldn't be running. I had probably one of the highest speaking times in Dáil Éireann. I spoke 438 times in Dáil Éireann since I was elected, so I'd say I'd be in and about there at the very top of the level. Always bringing up issues of concern, whether it's the abandoned secondary school situation with St. Brogan's, whether it's the N71 or the R586, these are issues of massive concern to the people. And there's been a number of underperforming ministers. In relation to the fishing, I have called for a standalone Minister for Fisheries. I think there's a massive opportunity there being missed by our country. We've taken our eye off the ball for the fishermen long enough. I've been a voice up there for them. In relation to farming, I stood with the farmers protesting outside the Bandon factory for weeks and weeks, and nobody cared about them. No minister, no government politician wanted to be seen there. And all of a sudden, there was traffic held up above in Dublin when the farm protest went up, and the minister came out with the flick of a finger. We have a lot of environmental issues. I'm very unhappy with the Warmer Homes, the funding for the Warmer Homes projects, because a lot of people want to insulate their homes. I think I want to look at the environment from a simplistic issue, things that can be resolved. I think we need to take more cars off the road. I know that Cork Connect here has just been awarded a contract 3 times from Skibbereen up with Daly, which is a fabulous new project. But we fought very hard to get that rolled out, and it's going to work out. But I looked at the rural Garda stations. Why were the rural Garda stations closed? Are we looking to get Ballinspittle open? Mother God, it is like a turtle leaving China to get that open. It'll be open in a month, it'll be open at the end of this month, it'll be open the second half of that month. What's wrong with them? The Garda stations, they closed. The rural people are frightened and terrified in their own community, and crime is on the increase, whether we like it or not. The roads I called for Minister Ross. I brought him the biggest mistake I made as a politician is I brought Minister Ross to West Cork, and he made a fool of me, he made a fool of the people. And I showed him simplistic ways. You look at Bandon, you look at Skibbereen, and you look at Bandon, Clonakilty, Skibbereen Road in 71. Well, isn't there proper passing ways put in there? We're not looking for flyovers. We know there's loads of money for Dublin. We know that they want millions and billions and trillions. We know Children's Hospital, they can pay it and there's no problem there. They can find it, there's no issue in the world. And if it goes wrong, sure, what is it, 20, 30, 40 million, doesn't matter in that. It's an overwood. We can't get $1 million for West Cork to put in a little passing bay. There's a lot of issues that I've stood for. And I think on Saturday, February 8th, you have a very clear cut decision to make. I would appreciate each and every one of you come out to vote. It's very, very important. And you would consider giving Michael Collins your #1 vote. I will work hard for the people of West Cork for that. I don't mind what political party you are. I don't mind if you're no political party. I will give you 100%, and that's all I can guarantee going forward. Thank you.